So I just feel that, are we living for our things? And if so, if we're living by our things, then are we really living at all? I'm definitely not feeling as confident today with my appearance. I'm gonna warn you right now, if my accent changes during each vlog, just roll with it, because that happens. I do that all the time. Okay, let's start. Let's do this. Okay, here we go. What I want to do today is take you through the process of decluttering. And I've been doing this for a few weeks now. I haven't gone through every single item in my house yet, but I've done the kitchen, I've done the living room, some of the bedroom, my shoes, which was a very big deal. But I think I have the hardest things left, and that is accessories and clothes. And the reason I have such a hard time getting rid of the accessories and things like that is because clothes is one of my biggest interests, and it always has been. I'm not sure yet if I can even do it, so that's why I'm gonna start with accessories and see where that takes me. And the reason I'm doing this, the reason I'm trying to get rid of as much stuff as possible, is because, do we really need all that? Like, I feel we certainly live in a consumption society, and we buy more stuff than we really need. And we buy things because they're pretty or fun or whatever the reason might be, and we don't really think about the reason. We're very much impulse shoppers, all of us. And for the sake of my own sanity, I guess, but mainly the environment, I just can't consume like that anymore. And I think I'm not really one of the worst ones. I don't tend to shop a lot of stuff. I usually don't want a lot of stuff either, and I've gotten better during the past couple of years, but I've definitely been guilty of impulse shopping. And maybe that has something to do with me being a student and not really being able to afford a lot of things. Who knows? But what I do know is that's just been a positive thing, because we don't need a lot of stuff. So going through this whole process of decluttering, getting rid of stuff, I've been asking myself that, when do we stop owning our possessions, and when do they start owning us? Because I do feel that we put a lot of value in owning things. And you hear the jokes that whoever owns the most when they die win, and silly jokes like that. But there's definitely, we're always competing with each other. we're always trying to be better than our neighbors by having this and having the self-going lawnmower or whatever it is, or like we posting Instagram photos of stuff that we have and etc, etc, you know what I mean. So I just feel that, are we living for our things? And if so, if we're living by our things, then are we really living at all? Like, what if we would value other things instead? What if we would value friends and use a simple photography or something that doesn't cost us so much money or time? Because a lot of things takes up a lot of time. Like, the more stuff you have, the longer it takes. But also, the more stuff you have, the more things can get broken, which means more time. And that is time you can spend on other things instead. So, and I also think that at one point your stuff kind of weighs you down. And I can tell from what I've done in the kitchen, getting rid of like old plates, and I have 2 sets of a creme brulee balls or whatever. And just seeing that space, that extra space in the shelf, it kind of gives you a very nice feeling that it's clean and it's not cluttered and you can see everything and everything has its place. Life becomes sort of easier when that happens. It's weird, but it does. I certainly appreciate that some things are very hard to get rid of because we put so much sentimental value in a lot of our things. Like for me, as for instance, I have a footstool. Is that what it's called? It's a footstool made of cow skin, which doesn't really add up at all since I'm eating a 100% vegan diet, and for every item I buy I try to be as vegan as possible. So it doesn't really fit in with my lifestyle and my values, but I can't get rid of it because it has a very high sentimental value for me, because I inherited it from an old relative. So that's why it's still in here. And things like I have saved my every postcard I received from the age of 5 or something. No one really sends postcards anymore, so it's great because the pile doesn't get bigger. And I don't necessarily think you need to get rid of those kind of things, but it's all those other little knickknacks that you have all around the place. And I'm not saying we should all be minimalists or something like that. That's not the end goal here. The end goal is to really look at what you owe and see if these things are taking up too much of your time, and if they own you. That's the end goal. And yeah, let's just get it all out there and see what we're dealing with. I'm sure many of you are familiar with the KonMari method that's been very popular recently. Well, I'm not sure if it is recently, maybe it's been going on for years, it's just me that hasn't really seen it until now. But I do like how she says, if it doesn't sparkle joy, then don't keep it. So I'm gonna see what sparkles joy or not over my things. I haven't used it for several years, so it's definitely bye-bye this one. This one, what do we think? I think I know what they're for now. Decision has been made. Oh, this one. It's bye-bye to this one. This one I used yesterday, and orange is my favorite color, so this one is definitely staying. This one I use as well. It's one of my favorites for when I'm being fancy. Oh, this one is staying because I nagged my friend to give this to me, and I got it as a Christmas gift. I like it. It's very fancy. I feel like I'm from the 1920s. All I need is a long cigar. One of those. I don't know, how do you hold it? It's green and I like green. Okay, it can stay. Hello. I got a little skull on there, yeah. That one stays. This one, it's gotta go, right? Something they used for the fabric to stiffen, get hard, ooh, oh.